Kris Jenner being tied to P. Diddy? Let's talk about it. Is she behind all this drama that's going around? There are so many videos popping up on social media suggesting that Kris Jenner has something to do with P. Diddy and that she also is currently on the run.
Y'all, so when they raided Diddy's house, they're saying that they found incriminating evidence on Kris Jenner and they looking to talk to her, but Kris Jenner pulled the Houdini and disappeared. But yeah, Kris Jenner has a lot of explaining to do, if they could find her.
Welcome back. The bombshell discovery of incriminating video footage at Diddy's residence has not only rocked the entertainment world, but also sent Kris Jenner into a panicked retreat. The once unflappable matriarch has vanished, going MIA in a bid to evade the relentless pursuit of the federal authorities. Reports suggest that Kris has fled the country, seeking refuge in a far-off location to escape the mounting pressure and looming threat of imprisonment. Her sudden disappearance has set tongues wagging and speculation running rampant. What was once merely whispered about in the shadows has now burst into the glaring spotlight of public scrutiny. Kris Jenner, the mastermind behind the Kardashian-Jenner empire, now finds herself at the center of a sprawling investigation into Diddy's criminal activities. The connection between Kris Jenner and Diddy's crimes appears to be significant and far-reaching. The video footage found in Diddy's possession is rumored to contain damning evidence that could implicate Kris in a web of corruption and illegal dealings. It is not just a matter of guilt by association. The evidence suggests a direct involvement that could have far-reaching consequences. With Kris Jenner now in hiding, the authorities are left with a daunting task. The hunt for her has intensified, with federal agents working tirelessly to track down the elusive figurehead of the Kardashian-Jenner dynasty. The stakes are high, and the pressure is mounting as they seek to bring her to justice. In the meantime, the legal noose tightens around Kris Jenner's empire. The feds have made it clear that unless she resurfaces and cooperates with their investigation, they will take drastic measures. Everything she owns is at risk, from her lavish mansions to her lucrative business ventures. The threat of freezing all her bank accounts looms large, a stark warning of the consequences of evading justice.
Now, if you don't know, Kris Jenner is heavily tied to the Kardashians. She's the mom, the momager. She takes that 10%. She's also the mom to Kylie Jenner, and she's a mastermind behind so many of these businesses that the Kardashians run, even though sometimes they might be a total flop, just like Kourtney Kardashian and her Lemmy drinks or pills or whatever.
I have a master's degree in botanical medicine, and today I'm going to use it to expose why this brand by Kourtney Kardashian is one of the biggest scams I have seen in the supplement industry in a very, very long time. So full disclosure, before I filmed this video, I had planned out an entire marketing breakdown of Lemmy that was exceedingly positive. I literally was obsessed with their marketing campaign, from their e-commerce approach to their email marketing to the industrial design of this packaging, from the ridges to the small detail on top of that emulating the same shape and the pattern of the gummy itself. I was so excited to talk about this brand and to finally talk about something positive on my page that I was excited about, to the point that I was even putting together an award show for the best and the worst celebrity brands of 2024, and Lemmy was competing for the top spot. Given that context, imagine my shock and my disappointment when I actually read the ingredients and did a deep dive on some of these more specific. So initially I went to try the matcha because I love matcha, and this was my first red flag. For those of you that can't see, it's essentially the same size as a Skittle. So for me, this was a red flag because I know, as somebody that literally has done manufacturing for these types of supplements before, there's only so much room where you can fit in these medicinal ingredients into this tiny little gummy, because the vast majority of these gummies need to be other things. They need to be natural flavors, sometimes gelatin and sugar and all these different things, which is typically why high-end, high-quality supplements are in capsules and not made into gummies, because you have to compromise essentially the efficacious dosing that you need to get the results that you want. So then I decided to read a little bit more into it, and I was extremely, honestly shocked to see that Kourtney Kardashian is engaging in something called proprietary blends. So for those of you that don't know, this is very important, so stick with me. Proprietary blends are essentially when supplement companies will tell you, there's 100 milligrams of these 3 ingredients in our product, but they don't tell you the breakdown of how much of each ingredient is going into it. So this to me is extremely unethical. It's very dishonest. I will never consume a supplement that has proprietary blends because as a consumer, it's relevant to me. If you are advertising a product that's going to be helping my health, I deserve to know the actual breakdown. So just to give you like an example, it would be like if I was selling you a bag and I said, hi, I'm going to sell you a bag. It has gold in it, it has diamonds, and it has rat poop. And it's 10 pounds, so it's going to be great. But I'm not going to tell you how much gold, how much diamonds, and how much rat poop. All you know is that it's 10 pounds of something in here. Would you buy that bag for me? Or would you be skeptical that me trying to make money is secretly putting 99% rat poop? I got cut off after talking about rat poop, so let's circle back. Proprietary blends are not something that any legitimate supplement company should be engaging in. And I have a personal vendetta against them because I also have a very similar business where I infuse therapeutic doses of different botanical blends with honey in order to effectively deliver it to the body. So on the back, I have third-party lab testing that verifies for each serving size, you're getting 30 milligrams of saffron, 30 milligrams of sage, and 5 milligrams of St. John's wort. If I wanted to, legally, I could have said this is a proprietary blend and I'm not telling you the breakdown. But that would be extremely unethical because my customers deserve to know the breakdown of the ingredients when they are consuming something for their health. And specifically with saffron, all of the studies that have ever been done on saffron in terms of its ability to help with depression and anxiety and lift your mood have been done in around 30 milligrams. So people need to know that you are actually consuming an efficacious dose in one serving size. And additionally, it's relevant because there's barely any St. John's wort in this product. So people do have legitimate concerns about St. John's wort, which is why I drastically reduced the amount of products. And customers deserve to be able to empower themselves, which is what I thought we were all trying to do in the supplement space, by understanding exactly what they're putting into their body. So who do you think you are, Kourtney Kardashian, to say it's a proprietary blend, I'm not telling you what the breakdown is? That's the first problem. The next problem, and let me chill here. We have lemon balm, passion flower, and goji berry. So in total, that's 15 milligrams. For those of you that don't know, 15 milligrams is an absolutely negligent amount of botanicals that will have absolutely no effect on you whatsoever. It's BS. I'm sorry. I'm getting mad because this is really one of my biggest passions. So that's extremely frustrating to me. And just to illustrate this even further, because I'm a little bit petty today, I wasn't able to get my hands on Let Me Sleep because it was sold out, which is also kind of funny because it's actually the same ingredients of Moonlight Honey with the exception of, I think she used lemon balm and I used lemon verbena, but we have chamomile and lavender. It's the same thing. It's a proprietary blend, so I can't tell you how much of each ingredient there is, but I can make an educated assumption that it's probably evenly distributed. So let's just assume that in Let Me Sleep, it's 5 milligrams of chamomile. Would you like to see what 5 milligrams of chamomile is? There you go. I don't know if you can really even see. I don't even know if this is like illustrating how small this is. Like compare it to a Skittle. That's what you're getting. That is what you're paying $50 for. It's absurd. Absurd. So not only are you lying about the ingredients, but you are advertising something that isn't actually going to have an effective result. And then if we want to discuss, I know people are going to say, Let Me Sleep worked for me, it helped me sleep. That's because it has a crap ton of melatonin in it. First of all, there's 2 reasons why that's happening. The first would be the placebo effect, because let's be honest, it isn't a beautiful package and it's a nice experience, so that's going to enhance the placebo effect. And so is other people's explanations. If you saw a review of it where someone's like, it knocked me out, psychologically that's sort of suggested to your subconscious mind that that's going to be the effect you're going to experience. And the next reason is that it's encapsulated in sugar. Sugar, glucose, does have an ability to drive active ingredients into the cell, which is one of the reasons with products like mine, people notice effects very quickly and they notice them very powerfully. With even just half a teaspoon or a quarter of a teaspoon, they notice it makes them a lot more sleepy than any regular tea. And that's because it is essentially encapsulated in sugar, which drives those ingredients into your cells and can also help them go through your digestive system without being broken down, and more of it will arrive intact to your bloodstream. So that is one of the reasons why I think people have experienced Lemmy sleep, is helping them maybe a little bit more than regular melatonin. But guys, let's be honest, you can buy melatonin, you can buy really high quality magnesium. You don't need to spend $50 on something like this. And then let's continue. So the main ingredient of Lemmy Chill is ashwagandha. I personally don't think that ashwagandha is one of the best things for anxiety. I've spoken about this before. People can disagree with me. I have seen way too many personal examples of people experiencing emotional apathy with ashwagandha, where they use it to essentially numb their emotions and they're not actually emotionally healing, which is why I think something like saffron or sage, which can help with inflammatory responses, is something that is a lot better to help you adapt to stress in a healthy way. That's going to help you digest your emotions as opposed to just block them out. Now, if you like ashwagandha, totally fine. Everybody is completely different. Instead of spending $50 on this, you know what else you can get? You can literally get all of this for $50. Ashwagandha, you can buy it in bulk from somewhere like Star West Botanicals or a variety of different stores online, and you can make yourself a beautiful tea every day with very high quality ashwagandha that is not just simply made out of sugar. And then the next thing that I want to touch on is the hypocrisy of the whole personal brand of Kourtney Kardashian being sugar-free, gluten-free, Wi-Fi free. And then for you to have such a high sugar product was shocking to me. Before I bought these, I had assumed it was going to be made out of stevia or something, or really anything other than cane sugar. It's cane sugar. So the reason that I really don't believe that Kourtney Kardashian even consumes these products is that if it was true and every morning she woke up and she took the serving size, which is 2 gummies out of all 10 of these products that she sells, that would be like 30 grams of sugar right in the morning. I find it very hard to believe that that is what she's doing. And I'm gonna run out of time. I could make this like a 10-part series. In this one, you're also selling coenzyme Q10. Again, it's only, how much is it? It's 20 milligrams. If you look up the therapeutic dosing of coenzyme Q10, it's 200, 500, 1,000 milligrams that you need to buy if you actually want an effect. So these products are just bothering me because these are not therapeutic doses. And if you are a naturopath or you're a pharmacist, please back me up on this, because these will not be prescribed to patients. If you want real supplements, invest in your health and go to the health food store and don't buy BS celebrity brand. This is glorified, overpriced candy, and it will be a very interesting case study to see how far an incredible marketing campaign can take a shitty product.
But a lot of people are now saying that Kris Jenner has something to do with P. Diddy, and apparently she's on the run.
This is the last thing anyone expected. Not only has O.J. Simpson recently passed away, but right after he did, alleged video footage of Kris Jenner and Diddy has now been released.
What was once merely whispered about in the shadows has now burst into the glaring spotlight of public scrutiny. Kris Jenner, the mastermind behind the Kardashian-Jenner empire, now finds herself at the center of a sprawling investigation into Diddy's criminal activities. The connection between Kris Jenner and Diddy's crimes appears to be significant and far-reaching. The video footage found in Diddy's possession is rumored to contain damning evidence that could implicate Kris in a web of corruption and illegal dealings. It is not just a matter of guilt by association.
After this video was released, people were shocked to say that Kanye West wasn't lying after all.
And he's talking down to me. I got the mother, like y'all think y'all got a mother-in-law. I got the mother-in-law of all mother-in-laws. And it was just, let me tell you what happened. It's like last Christmas, they all flew in, like 5 of my family members, because it's been a year after I've been in a hospital and put in UCLA for mental health issues. And they came to give me some love for Christmas. And the family got on the phone together and they decided that it's their tradition to go to Kourtney's house and open up gifts. And that it wasn't enough room for my family to be there that morning, and that my family that flew in could watch my kids open up gifts later that afternoon. And I didn't have a voice, and there was no man with a voice in that family. So yeah, I'm fucking hurt. Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily believe that or not. When it comes to the internet, I'm just kind of like, I don't believe everything I hear or read or see with that to be said. But, you know, I do think that she is very close friends with P. Diddy.
Could Kris Jenner, the matriarch of the Kardashian empire, be hiding something sinister? When authorities raided Diddy's opulent mansion, rumors swirled. Did they stumble upon incriminating evidence that could tie Kris Jenner to the scene? The authorities are eager to speak with Jenner, but she seems to be elusive. Are they struggling to track her down? Has the discovery of damning video footage ignited a sense of panic in Jenner? Could she have vanished into thin air to avoid facing the consequences? As the pressure mounts and the threat of imprisonment looms, the connection between Jenner and Diddy's crimes grows more apparent. Is Kris Jenner entangled in a web of corruption and deception? Could this be the scandal that brings down the Kardashian empire? You be the judge.
If you really take a step back and you really look at what's going on, right? There have been countless clips of Kris Jenner and P. Diddy that are now surfacing online when she mentioned him or talked about him on Keeping Up with the Kardashian show. She would also mention his name from time to time, and she would definitely name drop P. Diddy.
The bombshell discovery of incriminating video footage at Diddy's residence has not only rocked the entertainment world, but also sent Kris Jenner into a panicked retreat. The once unflappable matriarch has vanished, going MIA in a bid to evade the relentless pursuit of the federal authorities. Reports suggest that Kris has fled the country, seeking refuge in a far-off location to escape the mounting pressure and looming threat of imprisonment. Her sudden disappearance has set tongues wagging and speculation running rampant. What was once merely whispered about in the shadows has now burst into the glaring spotlight of public scrutiny. Kris Jenner, the mastermind behind the Kardashian-Jenner empire, now finds herself at the center of a sprawling investigation into Diddy's criminal activities. The connection between Kris Jenner and Diddy's crimes appears to be significant and far-reaching. The video footage found in Diddy's possession is rumored to contain damning evidence that could implicate Kris in a web of corruption and illegal dealings. It is not just a matter of guilt by association. The evidence suggests a direct involvement that could have far-reaching consequences. With Kris Jenner now in hiding, the authorities are left with a daunting task. The hunt for her has intensified, with federal agents working tirelessly to track down the elusive figurehead of the Kardashian-Jenner dynasty. The stakes are high, and the pressure is mounting as they seek to bring her to justice. In the meantime, the legal news tightens around Kris Jenner's empire. The feds have made it clear that unless she resurfaces and cooperates with their investigation, they will take drastic measures. Everything she owns is at risk, from her lavish mansions to her lucrative business ventures. The threat of freezing all her bank accounts looms large, a stark warning of the consequences of evading justice. For Kris Jenner, the decision to flee was likely born out of desperation and fear. The realization that her carefully constructed world was crumbling around her must have been a harrowing one.
And when Kris Jenner had her own talk show, remember she had her talk show that was kind of short-lived? I lived for it. I wish it came back. It was it was a good show, but the wrong timing, if that makes sense. But anyways, all that to say this, I do want to say that P. Diddy and Kris Jenner are cordial. I don't know if they're the best of friends, if they're the worst enemies. There's even articles that you can find online of them flirting together. There's that. But I do think that Kris Jenner and P. Diddy have a lot in common when it comes to business and money. And I think they kind of intertwine some of their friendships and relationships. So I do think that she, being who she is very much in good taste, in good business to be cordial with some of these people. But then when stuff like this goes down, you go down with them. And that's just the case all day long. Even though she wasn't that super close to him that she likes to make it seem like, there are countless pictures and videos of them together. She even interviewed him and had her on her show. And she goes to his parties, okay? The little P. Diddy parties. Oh my God. You know, I have a friend of mine named Emoji Booty. Emoji Booty would be at all the P. Diddy parties. Now, I don't know if he was able to get in or not, but he'd probably sneak in. If they didn't let him in, he would sneak into the back or something. So we need to interview Emoji Booty. But you know, he would dress up in disguise and they would let him in. So all that to say this, okay? More information is going to be coming out about P. Diddy. And P. Diddy is allegedly, from what I heard, threatening to expose a laundry list of celebrities. Basically, if I go down, you go down too. And that's the vibe that P. Diddy is giving me. And I think a lot of celebrities in Hollywood do this. They have all these tapes and recordings and all these like negative stuff on people so that if something happens, they're like, well, I have this on you, so if I go down, you go down too. Or like, it's kind of like blackmailish or something. It's like, if you're gonna talk about me, I'm gonna expose this to make you look bad. It's like, in that case, just get ahead of it. That's the best way to do it, so that way there's nothing lingering over your head, is just to get ahead of it. So we'll see what Kris Jenner does. I'm very interested to see what she does. But, you know, at the time of making this video, I've been hearing some rumors that she's kind of been distant from him, like totally opposite. She's not consoling him or calling him over the phone. She's kind of being very distant, not going to any of his parties, just you know, let's just stay far away from this as we possibly can. But we'll see, guys. This is Rich Lux with the hottest tea on YouTube. Mwah.